How do you feel about Julian joining Joe today? Like,
I think it says more about him than it does anything. That's all.
yeah,
You were just posting DV tweets about him a few months ago, and now it was just all jokes. Haha, me and Joe have an understanding. I just spoke to the guy on his Spaces. We're not friends.
Do I think Joe has done horrible and foul things in his personal and private life? Yes. Can I have a conversation with him in public spaces? Yes.
All right. Now we got Julian responding to Rory going off on him for linking up with the ops, Joseph Buttons. Make sure you like the video and subscribe. Let's get it.
The conversation Joe and I had wasn't salacious or controversial or a big deal at all. I genuinely didn't think that was going to be a moment because that conversation wasn't a moment. I got fired. I'm an independent person. I'm a grown man. I can move and talk to whomever I want. Everything I said about Joe, what about the DV? Damn, you sided with an abuser? I still feel that way. I'm not taking back anything I said. I did it publicly because I didn't think anything of it. It wasn't a big deal.
did you request to be on stage?
No, he requested me and I saw it and I just tapped it. I was like, oh, what's up?
Oh, okay, that's a big difference.
Wow.
All right.
I don't view it like that. I'm not committed to either thing. I'm me. I have my own thing. Do I think Joe has done horrible and foul things in his personal and private life? Yes. Can I have a conversation with him in public spaces? Yes.
I don't see this as me being used. I joined the space willingly. I accepted the request to speak willingly. I said everything I wanted to say and left. That's it. I understand, like, Joe's looked at us, I get it. He has a rep. He's been doing this much longer. He's more seasoned. He's the pod father. He's been donned all these things. Every time Joe makes a move, every time he says something, he's playing 20 steps ahead. He's the puppeteer of this game. And that may be true in some cases. I'm sure he's definitely done some things that, he's gotten the best of in certain situations and all that stuff. I just don't, maybe I'm the only person that sees this thing as just not a big deal. One can deduce when someone says they were fired, you can assume on what terms comes with that. Weird to me that people are like, how are you going to jump ship? I was fired. Also, I'm not jumping ship. I just spoke to the guy on his Spaces. We're not friends.
Did you ever approach them and say, hey, based on these metrics, I would like more money?
I did.
Do you think that was a catalyst for what happened to you as far as firing?
Yes.
Okay.
I think people are missing what was just said. You said you asked for more compensation and that's when this happened.
One of many. It's not the only thing. Sure. Yeah, I'm comfortable saying that. I don't think that's is that groundbreaking? But obviously how I felt is different from how they felt. Maybe there was something else that I don't know. The contract was month to month. So, under the impression that everyone there's month to month, Peach, Damaris, everybody. So you're under the impression that, okay, this month, pending, nothing changes. I just go there, submit my invoice at the end of every month. That's how it was run. There was never any paper signed, any contract signed. There was nothing ever signed. Maybe the out of the ordinary thing is there was never anything explicitly signed. Sure, that if that's where people might push back, I can see that. But I didn't feel weird or a way about that.
All right, Julian, you sounding a little fake, bro. It's okay. Just say, I wanted to get some of that Joe Budden clout. That's why you was in that space. You sitting here talking about, why is everybody saying I'm switching sides and I just had a conversation with Joe. It wasn't that big of a deal. And yeah, I guess it can look a little different if Joe asked him to be on the space and he just clicked it. But even him saying, he asked me to be on the space and I just clicked it. I'll just say what's up. But if you felt like Joe has done all of these terrible things, why would you want to be on the same space with him? And when you was in that space, you told Joe all of the stuff you said about him was just jokes and it wasn't that serious.
I do think I know the fun we poked at each other. I think it's all in good fun.
Now you talking about, I stand on business and I meant everything I said and I didn't take it back. We just spoke. You was in that space sounding like you was doing a little dick sucking. You sounded like you had a little something on the side of your mouth. You might have had some liquid in that beard. I'm just saying. And yeah, you were fired. Rory and Mal fired you. And it's another clip floating around out there where he said, you know, he asked for a pay raise, and that was one of the reasons he was fired. I see some people like running with this narrative that he said he was fired because he asked for more money. No, he said amongst other things. We don't know what those other things are, so I'm not putting that in my title like, oh, Rory and Mal fired him because he asked for more money. Now, I will say that month-to-month contract, though, that sounds a little crazy. That sounds a little Joe Budden-ish if you ask me, but that's good. Rory and Mal, they learned from Joe, and they said, yeah, we gonna start doing niggas like Joe was doing us. allegedly, okay? Because I'm like, month-to-month contract, whoa. That sounds like the Joe Budden podcast all over again. Now, I'm sure Joe is practicing better business practices now. But yeah, they said back in the day, them Rory and Mal contracts, they wasn't looking too right. Remember Rory and Mal? They said, we want to see the paperwork. That boy Mal was like, open the books. Open the books. We want to see the books. Open the books. And it looks like Julian was just down to just, you know, work and try to build. It sounded like he was doing, what do people call that? He was networking. That's what he was doing. It sounded like Julian wasn't really a part of that show. He was just networking to try to come up. And there's nothing wrong with that. But once again, just be real about it. You was networking in that Joe Budden space, and you was networking on the Rory and Mal podcast. And keep networking until you get your little platform and your poems and all that other shit up, and you'll be straight. All right? So, y'all let me know what y'all think about this. Like the video and subscribe. I'll see y'all next time. Peace.